Hello! Hello, how's everybody doing? I mean, it's only just started, so no one's probably watching, but hey, that's fine. I'll just talk to myself for a minute. Hello, Chris. How you doing? How's things? Hello, Krug76. How you doing? You alright? Nice. How's your week been? Oh, I should have, oh well. Some of my new deliveries. Will you beat Insomnia? Um, Maybe, probably not actually, because I think I'm on holiday that week for the first time in like years. Um, so probably not, but maybe I don't think so. I should be EGX depending on when that is. I'm gonna be at IFA, which is sweet. Um, yeah, we'll see. Just got a 3700X today, but when I boot up, my GPU fans go full pelt for about 5 seconds. Any ideas why? Um, I'm guessing that you're saying that because that didn't happen with your previous CPU. If so, what CPU motherboard did you have before that with that graphics card? Same motherboard, it was the 2600X. Okay. Um, so I've had that happen a few times with the new Ryzens. I'm not really sure. I wouldn't worry about it. I think it's just a slightly different boot up sequence. And therefore the GPU fans ramp up a lot to start with. Um, but yeah, I hope that that's that's livable. Potentially BIOS updates might fix it over time. So keep an eye on your motherboard's support page for new updates and update when you get a new one. Only two people, weird. I know, right? I mean, there's normally a few more than two after the first couple of minutes, but maybe everyone's still busy having dinner. Or they're in completely different time zones, and hey, that's possible too. Puts my mind to rest. Thanks a lot. No worries. I hope you enjoy the 3700X. From what I tested, it was an awesome CPU. Really, really good. Actually, as of sorry, I'm moving the mic slightly. As of yesterday, I finished my 3600X review that just came in. I'm very, very pleased with it. I'll save some stuff for the video, but the long and short of it is that it's an awesome CPU. The single-threaded performance is basically identical to the rest of the lineup, including basically identical to the 9900K, which is crazy. But yeah, really, really good value for money. Really impressive multi-threaded performance as well. So yeah. When's the APU review? So that's coming out in. So if the I've got a bit of a backlog. So God, what day are we on? So tomorrow is networking. Monday is the ASRock motherboard. Wednesday is the TicWatch, which is down here on charge. Friday is a mouse, and then the Monday after that is a 3600X, and then currently it's the not the that the 9th of August. Currently is when the AP reviews come out. But I should have tested it by probably the next live stream. And so, if I have tested it by then, I can give you a good understanding of how good it is. Yes, and hearing when the Windows fix, their scheduler could perform even better. Yes, it's crazy. But yeah, the CCX like core complex aware stuff is in the new chipset driver, so make sure you do have that. But yeah. So you went on the 26th of August. I can't remember. It's close to then. And also a lot of people said that a lot of the vendors said that they didn't really fancy going to Insomnia anymore. but we'll see, because EGX has moved to London, which is annoying. Hello Ish, also hello hello Spencer, and hello F7. How you guys doing? I'm in a different time zone. I'd say I remember, but I was about to watch Fawlty Towers. Nice. When are you back? You've been away for ages. Anyone checked out the Digital Foundry review of the 3700X? Some interesting results indeed. I have not. Interesting in terms of different from everyone else, or interesting in terms of just an impressive chip or a not impressive chip? I haven't checked it out myself. I have been busy today. To the 4th. Wow, nice. Or 21st. Fair play. Back next week then. Nice. Or Sunday. Recommend you watch the video. Really good analysis on performance versus the 9700K. Okay, I will do then. The 9700K is not one that I have personally. Otherwise I would have tested it. But yeah. Krug, where are you from? Glasgow, Scotland. Captain McHaggis, nice name. And great lead-in from the last question. Timed that really well. Just about to get back into PC gaming after a 20-year break, and wondering to either go Team Red, Team Blue, and for future-proofing, what system is best. So that's a really interesting question and very timely question. Sorry. The long and short of it is that right now, like, if you're building a PC today or in the next, from what I understand, the next good few months, AMD Team Red is 100% the way to go. It depends how much you're willing to spend on your new PC. Will depend on what I would recommend to you. But if you want a very impressive budget CPU, then the 3600X is one that I've literally just finished testing and is a very impressive chip. When it comes to if you're willing to spend a bit more, then the 37 or 3800Xs are fantastic. And if you want kind of peak future-proofing, then in theory the 3900X, which is the 12 core, would be the way to go there. But yeah. Definitely up to you. Graphics cards is a different question. Right now, it is a lot closer than it used to be. Even in the sort of mid-range tiers, up to sort of 2070 Super. But either way, Team Green tends to be more reliable and more power efficient, if that matters to you. So X470 and X570 for £250 and under. So Dura or Chris is technically right there. You do get very impressive boards for the money. In theory, X570 is going to be easier because you don't have any issues with compatibility. There is 0% chance that you'll get a motherboard that requires a BIOS update to work with 3rd gen Ryzen. With that said, there are some very impressive deals to be had, and depending on what depending on what 3rd gen Ryzen chip you want, then honestly, a good X470 board, as long as you don't care about PCIe Gen 4, and don't worry too much about the BIOS update issues or potential compatibility issues, I suppose. There are some great offers to be had at the moment, so yeah. I've heard you're better going for the 3700X because it has a lower TDP and more headroom for a better overclock. So my experience, I don't have the 3800X, or I haven't tested the 3800X at all. So for me personally, my experience is that the 3700X did not overclock at all. I didn't try it that hard, but generally speaking, TDP at least on AMD side, doesn't really tell you too much about the chip. It tells you how much power it intends to output thermally, but the way that AMD and Intel measure TDP is quite different, and actually total power system power draw is different from TDP. So do keep that in mind. But yeah, my experience so far is that none of my Ryzen chips have overclocked basically at all, beyond their own boost frequencies, basically. So yeah. Did you get any Amazon Prime deals? I didn't, but I did post quite a few of them on Twitter, and technically on YouTube as well. Don't care for PCIe yet. Maybe useful in the future. Very true. I suppose the question is, once PCIe Gen 4 becomes useful for, say, graphics cards, will there be other things that require upgrading, like, well, obviously the CPU itself, but therefore the motherboard, your RAM, and that kind of thing, before it becomes genuinely useful? Of course, the SSDs are impressive, but as I said in the sort of PCIe Gen 4 SSD review video, I personally cannot see a use case even for those SSDs, really. And then on top of that, I don't really see a use case for PCIe Gen 4 right now. I do agree that in terms of future-proofing, it's certainly an interesting shout. But yeah, I think it will be a while before it becomes really anywhere near utilized for anything other than SSDs. RTX 2080 has only just reached PCIe Gen 3 X16 full length. My 1080 Ti will be sticking around for another 2 years at least. Very true. Very true. I don't like the fan on the X570 motherboards. Reduces reliability. Yeah, very true. Very true. It's not something that I would really concern myself with personally. From my experience, I mean, the PC that I have in the desk here that you can probably either hear or at least feel the rumble from the microphone. Apologies. The fans in the graphics card that are in that are much louder than the chipset fan that was on either of the motherboards that I've tried so far. But with that said, I can understand the reliability issue. To a point, I suppose. I don't think I've ever had a fan die on me, so yeah. Can you put a water block on or replace the fan? For a lot of the higher end boards, yes. Some of them even come with water blocks. Those are the very expensive ones, but yes, you as long as someone like EK or one of the other many water block manufacturers makes an all-in-one water block for the the motherboard that you want, yes. Would the fan be consumer replaceable? From what I've seen, most of them are built into the housing. They are a unscrew and unplug type of. They're not soldered to the board, for example, so you can take them off. And so yes, you could replace it with a big lump of metal if you wanted. But the fan is normally built into the actual metal housing, the metal heatsink part itself, from the two that I've seen anyway, and so you'd have to replace that whole bit. My chipset fan is going to die is most likely to fail due to high RPM required for the smaller size. Trying to buy a suitable replacement is going to be a challenge. True, but I've also had a lot of very small fans. And I have yet to have even one of those die, although I don't tend to use them much anymore. But I had a fan that was that size. There was still a 3-pin fan header one, but it was literally that size, connected to my PC for, I don't know, 2 years straight, because airflow, I suppose. We all made stupid mistakes when we were children, okay? But, I mean, that didn't die. And honestly, I wouldn't expect them to be. I wouldn't expect people like Gigabyte, MSI, and Asus to all be putting those fans on their motherboards if in 2, 3, 4, 5 years time they're going to get a lot of warranty claims or a lot of questions about where people can buy replacement fans. Reading the comment with the Enforce chipsets, fan technology has improved quite a lot since then. Namely, PWM is the real big thing. So those fans don't have to be voltage modulated; they can be pulse width modulated, which means that you're not wearing the fan in the same characteristic anyway. Hi man, hope you're well. I'm a fan. Well, clearly you're here every week. I'm okay. I had a lot of pain today. Required wheelchair assistance at some point, but yeah, all right, fine. Hello, Joe. How you doing? How's things? How are you? Also, Ireland Jam, I got a cheap Logitech G4 3 mouse and a 1TB SanDisk SSD. Nice. You'll have to let me know what you think of the G4 3. I haven't tried one myself. I've got the G703 upstairs, which I do quite like. Yeah, and obviously a 1TB SSD is pretty sweet. Do I still have one over here? Oh no, it's over there. I've got a 1TB Toshiba one that I use for car diagnostic software. Because I didn't have a 240 gig spare. As well as you can, been roasting myself under the studio lights, recording some videos. Nice job, nice job. Dedication to the cause, as we both know. Yes, there's a reason why this fan is here, and the only reason that it's off is because it makes a lot of noise and vibrates the microphone quite a lot, and therefore, you know, I'm trying to be nice to you guys. Hello, Lou. How you doing? FGC Linux GPU died. Need a placeholder card until September for the ASUS Strix 5700 XT. Buy used or buy a new budget card, or should I hold out until September? So September is definitely a little while away. Used is an interesting option. It depends how much you're willing to spend. Generally speaking, used will get you more card for your money. And so if you're looking for a placeholder card that you can still be able to play games well with, then used would be where I'd head. If you want something that you could hypothetically return under a certain company's like very lenient returns policy, you know, and wait out most of the month, then that could be an option if you if you really want. But yeah, it's really up to you. Personally, I would say used if you're willing to hunt for a bargain, though. Oh. Nice. Need to change the rest of LEDs. Half of them are LEDs, but half of them big twisty heat bulbs. They're the ones that always get me. Videos look okay, but really need a cold shower after a day. Yeah, I've got one of those. It's a good filler light, but my LED lights are so much brighter. So I use those primarily. Ireland Jam, it arrived today. It feels good to me, better than the €12 mouse I've been using for the last 4 years. Nice one. Hello, Watson. How you doing, man? How's things? It's a Discord stream, indeed. What did you say, Starman? I want to hear that fan. What, the tiny one? I don't know where it is. If I find it, I will hook up a 12-volt power supply and show you. MSI X570 Ace for £312, good. So I have yet to test an MSI motherboard, or an MSI X570 motherboard, and it's actually been quite a while since I've tested any MSI motherboards, so I'm actually not going to be the best help there. I should be getting some MSI motherboards in good time, so yeah, but it should be a good option. Guys, Ryzen 3 is awesome. Bye. Bye. You're not wrong. Here's another thing that happened to me this week. Received 2 cases on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 2 on yesterday, and 2 today, all from the same company, due to some error. Have you notified them? Hoping I don't end up with 2 a day forever. I think that's called a distributor business, and you can start selling them. Yeah, do you have any space in your house? I mean, I've reviewed a few cases and I already don't have any space, so no. Hello, Harry. Sorry, I missed you. You missed your earlier comment there. Hope you're doing all right. Are you sending what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? Are you sending 11 of those cases back? Do you plan on getting any Navi AIBs for testing? Yes, I hope so. I have not had word from any of my peeps about that yet. I'm still, in fact, my first RTX Super card arrives tomorrow. So that's late. But yeah, so I should have a 2070 and a 2060 Super coming. Yeah. Laughing at Wab's story. And Spencer. Yes, good, thanks you. Yes, I'm not bad. A lot of pain today, but oh well. Petru, hello there, how are you? Can you please recommend me a decent wireless mouse or combo for medium/heavy gaming on a laptop? Are you considering to review some of the mice we have on the market? Cheers. So I've definitely done a few reviews of mice in recent history. I do have a Corsair Nightshade, or Night Sword, that's the one, review coming up in the next week or so. I think it's actually next Friday. But that will be coming out. That's not wireless. What good wireless gaming mouse have I tried? The general consensus is that the Logitech wireless mice are kind of the best. They certainly have the sort of like cheapest wireless mouse options, if I remember rightly anyway. Corsair do a pretty decent one. Who else does wireless mouse? I don't think SteelSeries do they? I'm sure Razer does. Was it the Mamba wireless? I don't know. I mean, my favorite wireless gaming mouse is still the Logitech G 700S. But this is not a new mouse by any stretch of the imagination, and is not not the lightest thing on earth. It also uses a single AA, which means the battery life isn't fantastic. So yeah. I don't know, I've got the Logitech G703 power play upstairs, and it's pretty nice. Spencer, Deal. You'll have to let me know your shipping address. How's the Zen Farbs to the cabinet anyway? Doing well, thank you. It's not dropped out, or at least not that I've noticed anyway. And has been reliably quick. Did I miss anything? Linus did a great video a few weeks ago about wireless mouse and a few that had the same performance as wired and only cost around $40. Yes, that one. What would you do with the brilliant overlord that is BT OpenReach, yeah? I know, right? I was actually talking about that to my partner earlier today. Debating the topic of nationalizing the infrastructure in this country. If you need graphing setup, let me know. The name of the office. Shipping address, mailroom at work. Alright, fair play. You still have to let me know what that address is, but sure. Let me know on Discord and I'll get out to you next week. Joe says, the waiting method is faultless. Hold it and swing it about a little bit. Reviewers' techniques since the dawn of time. Indeed. Exactly, Spencer. Wired has no advantage over wireless, but has a cable you can drag about. Can't stand it. Well, for the one benefit that wired has is you never need to charge the thing, which is kind of annoying sometimes. The other one is if you don't go with one of the mice that has the very fast connection, it can be slower. That too, Wapted. Thanks. Joe, on a serious note, do you run a mesh Wi-Fi system at home? I'm trying to upgrade my setup to cover the whole house, not sure what the best way. Networking isn't my strong point. So, yes, I do. I use Netgear Orbi, but don't buy anything until tomorrow's video, because I'm actually reviewing two similar but technically different mesh Wi-Fi setups. And also, if you have Discord, maybe send me a message. No NDA. For once. That too is an option. It is Ubiquity that I'm reviewing tomorrow. Nice one, Luca. Hello, Gaming Fire. How you doing? How's things? Chris, what mouse do you have? Which NVMe drive do you have, Wapsis? Crucial P1. Okay. Still Gen 4, Gen 3, X4. Like, it's still NVMe. Yeah. Nice. Oh, still pretty fast. £189. Where did you find that? That doesn't seem right. Oh wait, is that a Gaming Edge? Right. MSI's naming scheme, man. Yes, so there are definitely budget options. Gigabyte has one at the same price. I'm sure Asus probably has a Prime one. So yeah. Mm. Hang on. Alright. Watch the Buildzoid motherboard rambles. Fair play. Do you have any experience using powerline adapters? Do you know if they limit internet speed? I can only get 75 megabits with mine. I get like 175 megabits on Wi-Fi. So my question would be, why don't you use Wi-Fi? If there's a significant difference. Yeah, Spencer, can you elaborate? I have never used powerline because I've always just run an Ethernet cable. Yeah, so if it's 100 meg powerline adapter instead of a gigabit one, that could be an issue. And that would explain it. But yeah. Harry, that was my impression as well. Which is why I've always run an Ethernet cable. Um, yeah. Okay. Fair play. Like I said, I've not actually tried them. So I can't speak too firmly for them or against them. Latency is lower than Wi-Fi. Fair play. Like I said, Ethernet is still going to be the best option. I was told Powerline wasn't the best option in my house. My house is 108 years old. Oof. The walls are big, thick, solid 2 brick walls, which apparently affects it. Oh. I would expect that it's more the quality of the wiring that it uses, but yeah. Video request Powerline Showdown. Yeah. Don't see why not. Get some Powerline adapters. Check out Wi-Fi versus Ethernet versus Powerline. Sure. The only trouble is that I have a lot of inconsistency with Wi-Fi. Some devices connect properly and connect at full speed, and some connect at terrible speed. So yeah. Is it more to do with the wiring of the house then? Yes, I mean Powerline works by effectively using your house's electrical connection as a like Ethernet cable kind of thing. So yeah. English house is 70s, but half the Wi-Fi speed. Half the Ethernet speed, right? Fair play. Ethernet wins, so no need for a video. House was built in the 90s. Fair play. Fair play, Ireland Jam. Fair play. Yes. You can actually, if you're on your PC now, you can go to network settings and then right click and like adapter properties, and you can see if it's running 100 meg or a gig, and that will tell you. Ran Ethernet through the ceiling. Fair play. I ran it under the floor. Or around the floor. Mostly. I'll have a look. Fair play. Yeah. Mac is saying that there's a few houses there's houses in the UK that are older than the entirety of the USA as a country, which is actually very correct. What thing are you working on now? Project or anything? So right now I am just finished with the 3600X Ryzen review, and I'll be taking a look at the new Razer Kraken X, the like budget headphones, tomorrow. Then I've got an escape room on Saturday. Very excited for. I got some Edifier speakers actually. They're a bit funky looking. They're not standard like bookshelf speakers because apparently they couldn't send me them. But yeah, those are here. I've got another gaming projector, which should be interesting. What else have I got? The 2016-2070 video, new Acer Nitro 5, AMD 3400G, and a budget Gigabyte X570mm2. Thanks, Chris. I mean, the reason it's a gaming projector is because apparently it has low input lag, which I shall be testing with my 1000 FPS camera. Yeah. Blockchain. Why do I say every 2 seconds? Mostly because my brain doesn't work very well, and so I do that. Oh god, synergy. Oh, what's my? I have a few like most hated marketing buzzwords, and I can't remember them. Mostly because I blocked them from my head. Because I hate them that much. Did you get anything from the Prime Day sales? Seen Scan do a few deals of their own, like free MSI gaming chair when you buy a monitor. That's pretty impressive, actually. I didn't. I did post a few of them on Twitter, so yeah. Anyone after a GPU? Radeon 5700 for £300 at the moment. Nice. Blockchain gaming cloud projector. Oh god. I will admit, it does have the word 4K on the box, but it's a 1080p projector. All right, fair play, Watson. That's a very impressive price. Can you suggest a good gaming monitor to pay to play 1440p or higher? So it depends what your budget is. You can go all the way from the budget side of things, like the Element Gaming 1440p 144Hz one, to the sort of middle range, which is stuff like the MSI what do you call it? Oh, the MSI one. MAG 271 CQR, I think. So there's that one. There's also then a little bit further up, you've got stuff like the Aorus 8027QD, which is IPS and is rather nice. And generally speaking, that's where I would sit. I actually did a video pretty recently. If someone can link that in the chat, that'd be sweet. But 1440p monitor guide, or 1440p 144Hz monitor guide, I think. Something along those lines, that should help you out with that. Chris, do bear in mind that they're now selling a newer one than the one you have, so might be different. I don't know, but it might be. 3600 MHz Corsair Dominator Platinum for £131 steal a video. Is that for 16 gigs? Waiting to see the new MSI 34-inch 144Hz VA monitor. Interesting. Lurk, have you tried to see if the Gen 4 SSD loaded games faster? Sadly, I did not get the chance to do that yet. I'll be getting those samples back in a week or two, and when I do, that will be top of my list. But no, I had a very short amount of time to do all of those videos, and yeah, that was about as best as I could get. Plus, you know, separate content, more views, right? Gotta game the system somehow. Fair play, Wapted. Nice one, Luca. Monitor playlist. Do not have one. Oh, okay, yeah. There's that too. ASRock X570 Extreme 4. So the Extreme 4s are like the Extreme 3, 4, whatever, are normally the sort of cheaper ones. With that said, they're still decent from my experience. Although, as said, I don't have any experience with any other ASRock boards, any other ASRock X570 boards other than the Steel, not the Steel Legend, the Taichi, which that review will be out soon. I'm playing Witcher 3 at the minute. I don't get to see the tips on loading screens because it goes so fast. Nice one. Nice one. See you, Wapted. Have a good week. Have a good night yourself. Catch you later. Oh, I missed F7's comment. VR ready too. What was that? I don't know what you're replying to, F7, so yeah. Have a weekend, Wap. Nice. Which webcam should I get by under $120? Any suggestions? The Logitech C902 or C922 or C922X Pro, whatever Logitech webcam is currently available. The only tweets I've not deleted from my notifications are LCT ones. I'm offended. Where do I get it from? Where do you get what from? C922, whatever buzzword comes after it. Indeed. Lol. Yeah, what have I been up to? Well, like I said, yeah, I think that the ones that I'm most looking forward to taking a look at are actually, ironically, the gaming projector, because it's quite different from what I'm kind of usually looking at. And then I'll be interested to see what the RTX supercards have, the 2016, 2070. Yeah. And I also want to look at the Nitro 5. It's the Intel version instead of the AMD one. So it's got a GTX 1650, which should actually be a pretty impressive upgrade, even if it's like £1,000 for it. Any cases caught your eye recently? Most are going hex designs with RGB or open chassis Cougar-esque styling at the moment. I don't really pay attention to cases that much. I don't tend to review them unless I'm planning on giving them away immediately after. So, yeah. I don't really know. What games are you playing at the moment? Cities Skylines, actually, I picked up recently. And also, I just picked up Shenzhen.io. I've only just installed it, and I think I'll be playing it today, if not. The other one is Human Fall Flat. That is an amazing game to play with your friends. Highly recommend it. Your average student, you got a question. I stream and game on the same PC. Should I get the 3900 or 3950X? So we don't know how well the performance will do on the 3950X right now because it's not out yet. It won't be out until, I think, September. So I can't really tell you. The 3900X though, in fact, the streaming video for that went out yesterday, so if you do want to check that out, feel free to do so. But yeah, that's like that would be where I'd head right now. If you're willing to wait until September, then sure, the 3950X will likely be a better option because it's the same IPC, but you're looking at less, more cores, so there's more core availability. But 12 is still pretty impressive. I seem to get a lot of cases for review. Yeah, I mean, a lot of us reviewers tend to not take them because we well, we don't really like having no space. Jamie JW, what's a good way to find out the most effective upgrades for a PC? I have a GTX 1060, 6GB, and a Ryzen 3 with 8GB of RAM. Any obvious suggestions? So I would say upgrade the Ryzen 3 to a Ryzen 5 or 7, and 8GB to 16GB of RAM is probably the first place that I would head there. And then after you've done that, then the graphics card would be next. Luca, Andy, you know? What do I know? $163. Are you talking to Luca Spencer there, or am I missing something? I'm almost at the point now where I have to take wherever I can get, but still working my way up. It'd be nice to have some room back, though. True. Andy knows about the 3950X. I know about it from all of the like public slides. I don't know anything. Like, I don't think I have anything under NDA here. Is it just 50 more X's better for 200? Probably. Case options are so bland today. Bring back the H440, but with tempered glass, and I buy it in a heartbeat. Nice, fair play. That was that wasn't that long ago, was it? Oh god, it was. It's like 5 years ago. Jeez, time goes by really quickly when you stop looking at stuff. Wow. Breaky. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, I mean my favorite is still that one. The Nth Evolve X. Beautiful case. In fact, I have the standard Nth Evolve as my test case because I love building in it, and then the X is my currently my Hackintosh. What mic are you using now? It is a Blue Yeti Nano. I do plan on getting some level of shock mounting because I apologize, my PC is built into my desk and so it makes quite a lot of noise. So yeah, but other than that, yeah. And he just realized he's aged 5 years and about 6 months without even noticing. Well, yeah, pretty much. I remember building my friend's PC in an H440 like it was yesterday, and it was 5 years ago. Oh. We're all getting or gone old except Jura as he turns to stone painfully. I still don't know which motherboard to get. Aorus Master looks good, but also costs €400. I want a good motherboard for my 3900 or 3950X. Any suggestions? So a slightly cheaper but still very competent option is the ASRock Taichi X570. That one has a very similar, it's a different but very similar power delivery setup. It's still 14 phase or 7 doubled phases, which is fine. Yeah, it's a very impressive board. It seems to be a little bit cheaper than the Master with very similar features. Technically speaking, any of the X570 boards, even the cheap ones, will be able to run the higher end Ryzen chips like the 39 and 3950X. Even the like £180 euro, like €200 kind of motherboards should have zero problems with those. So it's really up to you and how much you're willing to spend. But yeah, they're all pretty impressive. With that said, I would also say that the Ryzen chips are also equally impressive. The 3900X only drew about 140 watts, which for context, the 9900K draws 150 watts, and that's 4 less cores. So yeah, very, very impressive. And so my expectation for the 3950X is probably about 180 watts from the wall, or 180 watts at the package. So still not really stressing the CPU that much. Threadrippers are easily into the 200 to 300 watt range. So yeah. I refuse to accept I'm old, but my body reminds me every day. Tell me about it. And I'm not even old. To some people. With that said, I do have really bad hearing loss. Oh. And tinnitus, which is great. Drives you nuts when you go to bed. I like looking for train tickets and stamps and pins. Pins are the best. Nice. Everyone's got to have a hobby. Yeah, that's okay, but it's because of 7 nanometers, it's not drawing a lot of watts. Yes, I know, it's still just very impressive. And I would argue that, yes, the process node does have an effect, but the designers have to be able to make use of that effect. Because if they can't make use of the effect, then it's like saying that you know, an F1 car only does incredible lap times around circuits because it's an F1 car rather than because the driver drove it round well. Bit of a weird analogy, but it kind of works, sort of, maybe. I don't know. This is just an hour of me rambling, so get used to it. Yeah, anyone got any actual tech questions? Could designers make use of it if they reiterated the process 8 times? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, no. Wonder what an Intel 12 or 16 core gaming CPU would look like. Currently impossible. And a lot of watts. AMD has the Infinity Fabric tech to now like multiple GPUs they can use in the Mac Pro. True. With you on the hearing loss, I'm almost completely deaf in my right ear, nearly on the left. Reckon in another 5 years, I'll be there in my right ear. Yeah, I still keep getting headsets to review. I know, right? I've got some earphones coming as well. No idea. Anyone else excited for Halo Master Chief Collection in the Steam store? I actually am. I played Halo 2 a little bit as a kid. I played Halo Combat Evolved when I got a PC, and then I played Halo 3 and Reach on Xbox. So yes, love them. I'm very excited. Spencer's hype. Nice. I actually did some concept art for Reach. Wow. Crikey, that's dedicated. When I was a contractor concept artist. Wow, that's awesome. You shall have to show us sometime. Although I'm sure that that's licensed property, isn't it? New Alexandria backdrop, my drawing. Wow, nice one. That's awesome. I have to get it, but I haven't played much Halo, I meant. Fair play, I mean, you are a bit young. Maybe a little bit before your time, maybe. I realise now that I need more PCIe lanes. Such is the life of a home lab builder, right? What are you using all your PCIe lanes for? No worries, Joe. I'll catch you later. Have fun. Halo is bits console. Very true. Well, I played it on OG Xbox. Fair play. Fair play. Envy me. Oh, okay. Fair play. And Ish says that's why I went Threadripper. Nice. Never owned one. Yeah, fair. Once I get a 4 NVMe PCIe card, Those look pretty cool. They do they do get a bit hot, but they look really cool. I wonder if the vendors who make those cards could do cutaway PCBs so that you put your M.2 SSD in and then you have a heatsink that just basically clamps over. Because a lot of the newer, especially the higher capacity Gen 4 SSDs, are double sided, and so you want to be able to keep both relatively cool. The other thing is to have some level of active cooling where you can keep the controller cool but heat the NAND up. That would be an interesting active cooling system. I don't know how you do that in any level of cost effectiveness. Interesting. Now I can get through the flood level on Halo 2 without issues since I'm better with a mouse than stupid analog sticks. I know, right? That was like the worst thing about Halo is that those analog sticks. Doesn't one of the cards have an active cooling fan? Yes. I think the Gigabyte one does. And for bandwidth, or is it just compatibility? So I don't know. Generally speaking, my understanding is no, it won't work. You might get compatibility options, but my understanding is that the chipset has to be able to support some level of that along with the motherboard. But I could be very wrong. Hello, Warren. How you doing? The 9900K is now dropped to a price of £405. With the huge amounts of testing you've done recently, would you go newer 3900X for 480 or the cheaper 9900K? So do bear in mind that the 3900X is the 12 core, and the active competitor there is the 3800X, which I think is cheaper than the 9900K still. In terms of future proofing, I would say that the 3900X is a better option there. Those extra cores with the same single threaded performance is good. So yeah. Okay, for now on my wish list from a PC upgrade, Gigabyte X570 Master, Corsair 680X, the 3900X. 30 gigs of 3200 megahertz CAS 14 RAM, and a new 1TB Gen 4 SSD for €1,800. Nice. I mean, what graphics card do you have? AMD's killing Gen 4 for older boards, the new Agiza options revisions. Fair play. I did kind of hear that. The not Luca, Chris, the new Threadripper should be out around about the same time as the 3950X. Fair play, you're a student. Fair play. All right. Anyone got any last minute tech questions before we disappear? We've got about 2 minutes left. Like I said, message me on how dark is the smoke glass. I can't really remember. I don't think that it's crazy dark. I did a build guide in it. If I can find it, I will link it to you and you can see that. But yeah. When did I do a build guide on that? Actually. There you go. Check the Discord. What chat did you post that in? F7. What chat was that? Probably ish. Aha, there we go. Not very dim then. Huh? Suppose you do have a backlit, but right. Well, it's been lovely chatting with you. I will be back next week as usual. Obviously, videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next week. Do you think? I guess AMD will overtake Nvidia next year. Probably not, but I'd like to see them match well. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. See you next week. Hope you have a great week, and yeah, check out videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday.